What's up, chat? We're live. I was just about to play like 3-0 on Chess.com. I was just like sitting down and I was just gonna do a big session of that. And I'm like, why not share it with you guys? And I just hit my peak rating on Chess.com, 2740. And I'm like, well, what's another 60 points? So, I don't know, come with me as we just play other people who are in the 99.999 percentile of chess players to try to add another 9 to that. I'm actually curious on the stats. I think maybe I exaggerated. Bang. Alright, let's go. Let's roll. Let's roll. Let's get some music. Give me 1 second. Welcome in, chat. We gotta lock in for this. We gotta lock in. Start with e4. Say less. Say less. Let's go. Here we go. Oh, I'm so excited. Von Hennig. Didn't realize they were just asking to lose by playing a Caro. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's take on f5 and get him on f7. I don't think this is a little much. This is a little much. Yeah, we're playing 3-0 right now. Alright, trying to take here in some order. Ooh. Wow, if I take and then come back, that's an option. If I trade, take... I think I'm fine just backing up. Honestly. Retaining all the threats of the Von Hennig here. So bishop e7 or h6, so they gotta go here to get out the line of fire, and now we sacrifice. Oh, let's go! Gambit glasses on, baby. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my god, first game of the stream? First game of the stream, we do a full Von Hennig. My opponent has played all the stockfish moves, by the way. I don't know about the inclusion of b5. I think that can only hurt them. Queen d7. Very, very common. All very common stuff. So they get the bishop out, which is necessary, or else I was just going to mate him along this diagonal if they castled. And then they get it off f5, which is also necessary. We get it to g6. Oh my. Moving that bishop is not it. Now look at the overwhelming pressure. This ain't it. This ain't it. King's got to come to g8. Rook f6 looking strong. Bishop f6 looking strong. We got to watch a capture here, though, right? So, for example, if I trade on f6, end with the rook, then take d4 happens, then rook f2, we're probably actually excellent there. Probably not rook f... Honestly, it's all looking good here, back. That's also pretty. We'll do bishop first here. We'll do bishop first. I think both were good. Queen d4 doesn't do anything in the grand scheme of things, because look at all my mate threats. How are you keeping my Mrs. Queen out of all these squares? Also, I'm up a pawn now. I am up a pawn in this position. I just got my piece back. Yeah, the knight on e6, I mean, so strong. So strong. If I were to give a prize for best piece in chess, it's very hard to just say that. It's gotta go to a knight on e6 or e3, its cousin, on an uncastled king. It's got to go to that because what are you doing? You're stopping castling in both directions. Like what an absolute octopus! Every single square it guards, like all the tentacles are cooking here, and threatens c7, and as you saw, threatens g7, right? And now with bishop g5, it kind of keeps the knight here because you can't really take it because it takes f6. Now with that knight eliminated, you have no way to block the e file, and I pick up the queen here. Right, bishop e4 take owing to the knight's hit on e4. So it takes f6. Black's in a lot of trouble. This is actually the engine line as I understand it. d5 though, there's still like lots and lots of hits down all these lines. So even though Black has done the best line in the von Hennig by playing bishop f5, number one, so that the bishop's not locked away on c8, because if it were locked away on c8, I mean, that's the reason we come to c4 at all, is so that we are hitting f7, right? So if you lock it away on c8, well, now I'll redirect to this diagonal, and here, look at this super strong attack using my secret route there, no f2 pawn, and with no f2 pawn, then my rook is also open. Queen on h4, bishop on d3, look at the pressure on h7, the knight is frozen because it moves, there's mate, h6 also, sacrifice on h6 kills him because I control both diagonals with the bishops, then I'll just pressure the knight on f6, knight e5, bishop g5, take, get rid of the knight there and mate you, so I'll force you to play g6, and then I'll overwhelm you once I force you to play g6, whether on the f line or the h line or anything here. So, giving my bishop cooking access over that diagonal right on your king is not possible while your bishop stays locked away. What do you have to do then? Well, you gotta bring it out to f5, not to g4 by the way, not to g4 because knight e5 is an awesome hit threatening the bishop in exchange for the mate threat on f7. So here Black loses, forced to play bishop e6, which is a nasty recapture, or bishop h5, and I take it anyway with the mate threat still intact. So that's not possible. So what else do you do here after the von Hennig? By the way, von Hennig against the Caro, this position, de4, they always play it, and bishop c4 taking this diagonal. Well, the point, we take that diagonal, even though our point is to force that bishop to stay locked away so we can redirect. But why do we take that diagonal? It's because of the pressure on f7 really quickly, right? They're totally fine if they can just play bishop e7 and castles. Then they'd be totally fine. Their king is well defended by the bishop, but they can't play both moves at the same time here, even though they have the bishop defending that diagonal. And so now with the pressure here and here, they're really forced to play bishop g6. Finally, they've got it everywhere out the way. They should be in the clear to go bishop e7 castles, unless we now sacrifice here with the bishop no longer on this diagonal. Now we can sacrifice, and bishop g5 here. And then, you know, this is the interesting position where I've played tons and tons of games in this line, but bishop g5, really nice indirect defense of this knight, and now I'm looking to bring this queen out to f3 or e2 maybe, c4, depending on, you know, if the king comes to this diagonal, as it often needs to do, they need to play king f7, and we've got lots of great hits all the way down here. So, best piece in chess, out of the best opening in chess, the von Hennig Gambit. I have just an absurd win rate with it. As first game on stream in our quest to 2800, we raise our rating to 2740 with a victory over a 2588. The line where they don't take the pawn on f3 is even better. Yeah, that's another option they have. I appreciate the challenge I just got from a 768. I'll do another stream where I play viewers, though, I promise you. So f3 here, right? f3, yeah, so bishop f5 is a move I give on the channel as well. It's kind of a smart option, because takes, right? Like, you don't really want to give me that development and all this stuff, so you try to defend the pawn where it is. But we have, like, a really nice one where I give here, where you can take f7 and queen to f3, hitting the knight and the bishop here. And this is, we're getting our piece back for sure. They should play knight d6, and after g4, there's some interesting lines there as well. You know, okay, they can take here, but now I take f5, and you gotta be careful not to get checkmated in one move here. And here, white is already not even down anything. I'll bring the knight to e5 and get your king soon enough. Subscribe. Okay, the music is a little much. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. So, as much as I appreciate no copyright sounds, do they have like something a little chiller? I see it says nostalgia. I feel like I was competing with it. Okay. $27.40, guys. $27.40. Deceiver? Deceiver Gambit chat? No way. No way. Life is too good. Life is too good. Oh my goodness. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Okay, we hit this bishop, and once it scrams, we are harassing it with these pawns. It did not scram. Interesting. could. I could just take it. Could just take it. I think f6 and... I think this is the move. I'm just gonna play f6 and come after it with these pawns. There we go. Force you to play h3, and then I want to take it. Forcing an f take. Because if you take my knight now, then d takes. Knight's got to move, and then h4. And we are gonna run you out of squares. So they're trying to do something. I feel like this leaves this diagonal very vulnerable. I also have h4. So those ideas can play off each other, I think. g5 seems strong. So h4 takes. g5, bishop g3, g4. Knight moves, then bishop b4, almost wins. Bishop b4 first, a3. Trade here was an almost trap. h4. No, h4 first isn't quite it. Alright, let's go bishop b4. Too much thinking. I think a3 and they're probably okay. So I can't quite back it up. Very close, because they just have that rook here. Not that it's pretty, but it's existent. I could just take this, honestly. Yeah, I might just take this. I'll probably let him off the hook. I have now a different knight pressuring here. h4, g5, I still want to do it. I can castle bishop d7. Alright, pin kind of annoying, but I have to defend c7 there. Alright, I mean, I want to do this, obviously. Still gonna have to move h3, and then we're gonna get this trade. Oh, it gave me that. Digger d2. Okay. Goes that way. Alright. This is an interesting move, actually. Yeah, it's actually a very interesting move. h3. What a weird throw-in. where the pawn's just hanging out there. I could have just traded and just chilled and been up a pawn. Gambit glasses are stockfish glasses. Yeah, what can I say? I'm just cheating. Begin the procedure. The Gambit glasses have just been too good. They're getting suspicious. Alright, is this dangerous? I don't know, we're up pawns though, we're up pawns. So Ricky A. Like, are we good? Can we do this? Can we allow this? This pawn is dangerous. This pawn is a danger. Ricky A. Honestly, I just need to figure my position out. Just go here, just do something simple, practically. That was the right idea from a practical point of view. Alright, we're bringing our rook d2. I probably should have played a5 and rook f8, honestly. Let's get the bishop off that. Do I still have a chance to do it? Give me that square. It's actually quite annoying. I need a file in here. really what I was looking for. Oh, I missed F2. Oh, but I got him. Oh, I got him. I still got him.
3. 2.
Nice. Okay. Feeling ourselves there. What was up in this opening, bro? What was up here? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, I mean, we're just trying to chase this bishop. Already white's lost. Like, for example, e3, if they just played something normal, g5, and now I'm threatening to play h4 and trap it. So you gotta play h3, and then I get to take it, and then I get exactly what I want. I force the king f2, and we go back to the well. We go back to the well, forcing the king to f2. Oh my goodness, look how screwed you are. Castles, g-line, e-line, everything cooking here. Gambit glasses on. But he did something weird. Played c4 and tempted me with even more good options. So, like, everything's good here. h4, g5, knight d2. Played bishop b4, which wasn't great. Trying to combine ideas with h4, trying to make that knight move. You know, he doesn't have c3, so he made this really vulnerable. No, I mean, better here. Oh, he had this move. We both missed this tactic. And then that bishop, which is in hot water, gets off. Anyway, this was good. This should have been easily winning on rook d8. Was a way in somehow. Oh, this was my way in. This was my way in. See, the pawn's on a3. If it were on a2, completely different story, right? But not the case. I also thought here, like a5, trying to get it there, and then just go here. Now I feel like I have f2, bishop g2. I just need to get around somehow. I just spilled the water. Hello, mate. Going to start with the OTB chess improvement. It feels as if I'm playing chess for the first time in 3D. Dude, that's actually that's so valid. That's actually like a real thing. When it translates from 2D like this to 3D, bro, I had a hard adjustment the other way because I learned on a real board. So then I still have trouble playing on 2D. I'm not as good online as I am in person, honestly. Because for me, chess started in 3D. So my biggest, Lichess has a setting. Lichess has a setting for this. I'm able to say this because I'm not a muzzled mouthpiece, and wait, so, that board. Lichess has a, yes, they have a 3D. Oh, you can't even see what I'm looking at. How much do I have to zoom out? Whatever. Go to Lichess settings and click on board 3D, and then, look, I just clicked on board 3D, and then, oh my goodness, look at that. Look at that. Look at this. Now you gotta visualize it. This is like what it looks like in real life. And then, wait, I can adjust it. I can adjust it. Whoa, look at that. Look at that. Wow. Okay. Look at this. Whoa. 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 Look at this one. What? Oh my goodness. There's so many more. Purple? Yeah, you can really do it all. You can really do it all. Anyway. Yeah. Do it in 3D. You gotta do that. It's a real thing, the adjustment. It's just all about visualization and intuiting things. And, you know, it's totally matters. So when you play online, if you're practicing for 3D, use that 3D setting. Chess.com, I don't think they have something like that. Maybe I'm lying. I don't want to lie. Do they? Board. I think this is so important, honestly, and nobody talks about this. I haven't heard anyone talk about this, but this is such a thing. This matters. Yeah, Chess.com doesn't have this. I don't know. Usually Chess. Oh. Wait, who said that? I would never say such a thing. Just joined the stream and there was dancing. Sorry that I played such a nice game during such a nice song. Mr. Wood. Okay, what's our rating right now? 2746. Grand Prix back to the well. He's a Grand Prix merchant. He's a Grand Prix merchant. Don't let him get... Oh my goodness, don't let me get my thing. Do I play F5 first? I think I do. I don't actually even remember. Probably this first. Alright, doesn't matter. Maybe it would have mattered. I feel like I still got the pieces in the squares I wanted them to, but they got bishop g4 and takes. Usually it's for this. So they get this bishop. Okay, I mean the bishop's useful, but it's not everything to me. Could go for this already. Like bishop g5, they actually have to react to that. Like they can't just save this knight. Bishop g5, probably h6. But if I take it, then could they save the knight? I mean, no. If I take it, then they probably play knight h5. That's probably a way to win a pawn, honestly, but I'm just going to kind of keep all my cards in the position. I have all these good options. So e5, knight e4 is another option. I don't know. He's a Grand Prix merchant. He's an f4, queen e1, queen h4 merchant. I'm a big fan of queen e1 and queen h4 in a lot of lines. There's just some ideas that I like in chess that I just go back to the well. Alright, I could take and then hit g6, which is weak. Like queen g5 or g3, and honestly it probably should, but I like this. I like this pin. And then I don't take this pawn. Here's what else I sell. Here's the other merchandise I sell. I sell these pins. And what I can do here is, well, first of all, I can go here, and then I don't know how you undo this pin. But I think I have an even more direct way to win it, which is takes rook d1, so there's no queen d4 check, queen e7, also I could play king h1, because again, I don't think you even have a move, but queen e7, and then just like knight e4. Just like knight e4, honestly. And then you take this, and then I take f6, and I take here, and then I might have some nice sacrifice. I don't even need to give you anything, though. Alright, but I'll do it. e5. Ooh, nice, this is nice. Could just hit you here. e7. Could trade in the knight e4. I do just like knight e4 directly, though, because I think I could just win the game right away, maybe with some nice tic-tacs. So, for example, take... knight f6, and then if king h8, maybe? Probably just trade queen e6, queen g5, yeah, that's gotta be it. Yeah, I mean, honestly, giving this trade and giving the rook defense here is kind of a resource for black. I mean, I think black's just toasted, if I'm being real. Like queen e7, knight e4, rook d8. I could just be like, no. One rook d4 could be annoying actually. Queen e7, a4, rook d8. Okay, if I trade and then I have 6 check. Oh my goodness, was that really necessary? Was that? I mean, maybe honestly. Maybe they finally they did not like that pin, and I don't know. I complain them too much. Okay, I could trade, but honestly, again, I feel like I free them if I do it. I'm just gonna push. What if I push? What if I push, chat? And then, okay, knight f2, this is my plan. Knight f2. This is so stupid. And then I'm gonna go like queen f2. I mean, you can't trade like that, right? So queen f2. And then I wanna take it. And then get through. Or King F2 and G4 was better. I didn't even see G4. How did I not even see G4? Okay, so this is my idea. And then here, and then take... Does that make any sense? No, this makes more sense. Just G4. They played here, they guarded C5. I mean, that's so cute. I wasn't going to take C5. Alright, so if takes, I was going to sacrifice. They have a check. Is it annoying? No, honestly. Congrats on your check, though. I mean, you don't even have this square. So, like, I can give you rook G4, I can take it away. I can give you it, I don't really care. I have many ways to win here. I'll just do this. King takes this one. Check. Ooh, I didn't even see this. To come up with something in the nick of time here. Ah, almost got me. Always play f4. Always play f4 as long as it doesn't compromise your own king safety, right? Music's too quiet. What do I think about playing the Von Popiel in classical chess with an 1850 FIDE player? I think that's totally valid. Alright. E6. Should I have played a 5-1 move sooner? I think, yeah, I should have played f5 right here. So that E6 wasn't even available. Here they could have defended with D5. Now na E5 and C4. I guess my bishop's in some hot water here. They have this resource. Pressure on B2 as well if I play with bishop B3. It's too much. It's too much. Just looking for non-copyright music, chat. That was butter. I think we got him well here. 5 over H3. Takes. Oh, you know what? This was a good move. This was even better. This was even better. Just take the knight in here. So H6 takes. Yeah, I was looking at this in H5. Oh my goodness. But yeah, they're cooked. They're cooked in every line. H7. Take. Just here, and I'm up a clean pawn. The H6 pawn. Take C4 was fine. Oh, but here, yeah, they were lost. In the H5, they needed to not lose the game. Like, they need this to not lose the game immediately. Because, like, they thought that I was going to take it and then pressure here. And then here they've got lots of resources all of a sudden. Look at all this. Look at all this. And now my king is in trouble, right? But I just don't open the F line. I go here. And then everything wins. Everything wins right now because they're just completely screwed. I just don't open the F line for them. And now this pin is just nasty. Like, rook F1, I can just charge this up as much as I need to before ever opening the F line for this defense. And then they're just stuck on that pin. Like, look how strong, like, the pin is just permanent. So bishop g5 here. I forced the issue, but I don't even need to. Queen takes d1, I mean, it wasn't even a mistake. Like, ef5 is also playable, and that loses the queen and the knight. So, like, queen e7, knight e4. You could try here, rook d8. Anything's fine. Any rook move. d4. Still not helpful because take. And then, yeah, knight check wins the queen, if king here. King h8, oh my goodness. I was moving the queen anyway. So, yeah, they're mated. So, yeah, this is absolute filth. I mean, it's like they just give the queen. And I think this was pretty clean here. I think king f2 and g4 probably even cleaner than what I did. I might have gotten myself into a minor hole. No, this was all good. Everything I did here was good. Probably this was simpler. King f3, give that. Oh, just because this is mate. Among other things. Or g3. Check here. I actually missed bishop g7 completely. So this was probably the most straightforward way to do it. And then just come to e7. But I gave check, and then I need to find something here, else I'm a little bit stonewalled. If I just kind of trade here. Like, obviously it's winning, but like then this requires some effort to win. But queen f6 was a nice, very quick find, which required no effort to win. Look at that nice little resource. So I get the rook for my bishop, and then I just take pawns and push pawns and didn't get pre-move pranked. Good morning from India. Alright, rating 27. Boxes. We were good already. I was just gonna add a text box. That's what I was gonna add. Chat, have we won every game? What do I add text? Okay. Current rating, 2751. Since I'm relying on chess books, do I have any thoughts on how to best utilize the text, if there is any? Yeah, you should have your own board. Do it, replay it where you're sitting in front of a board. Especially going back to the 2D, 3D thing. And so you know, you're playing out the lines that they're talking about. Try to visualize maybe some of it. But, you know, they only show you a few diagrams, so it's hard to keep up. I mean, it depends on which thing you're talking about. But, or else you're just kind of reading passively, right? And then it's like, what are you doing? So, playing through it yourself is huge. Alright. Well, let's keep it moving. Oh, this guy again? You want some more? Oh no, you're a Kuro player with the other color? I'm so sorry for you. I'm so sorry for you. I have to play the Von Hennig Gambit. I have to play it Leo Messi 2012. I'm so sorry. Let's get the Gambit glasses on, baby. My guy is 13 or 14 years old on the internet. Getting absolutely torched today by the Von Hennig Gambit. We are on fire with this one. We are on fire with this one. Gets the bishop to f5. Gets it out before you shut the door. But, uh-oh, pressure here, pressure here. Gotta play bishop g6. Here we come. Here we come. Oh my goodness, chat. He's just a Von Hennig Gambit merchant. Remembering... Oh, no. Oh, no. Don't take my knight. Then I take that knight, and then you can't stop rook e1 from winning your queen. You can't block on e4. What are you gonna do? He's in your face. Stops castling in both directions. Can't move the bishop because I take g7 and then take here. Pressure, pressure, pressure. It is Gambit o'clock, ladies and gentlemen. Did you not listen to me? Did you not listen to a word I said? I said you can't move the bishop who was guarding g7 because then I take it and take it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh no, he just didn't want... He's done. He's done. He's done. He's done. Oh, poor guy resigns on move 13. By the way, all these moves are engine moves. Right here, black has an advantage, objectively. Minus 0.9. Minus 0.9. You gotta take it and then king d7 to not lose your queen. But, I mean, there's some wild lines here. There's some wild lines here. Boom, 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 oh my goodness. Right? I mean, I could also save the bishop, and then you gotta run, run, run. Your king exposed, naked in the middle of the board. But you got a piece for it. But that's Gambit o'clock. It's Gambit o'clock. Plays bishop b4, knight takes g7. Done. 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 Doesn't even want this smoke. Doesn't even want this smoke of... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Alright, chat. Reset the counter of the Von Hennig Gambit, claiming another victim. Yikes. We have gone exactly 0 days. 27:56. 27:56. Alright, let's keep... can we keep it going, chat? Can we keep it going? And I am, oh my goodness, I'm gonna play the Walrus Gambit. Walrus, Pushkas Gambit transposition. C3, not the engine line. Not the, oh, he guards this pawn, he guards this pawn. Queen h6, we stop d4 again. Queen h6, we stop it again. Now we drag the queen out from defense of this bishop. Oh, bishop c4. Oh, he's threatening here and here. Don't castle. Don't castle to have the rook defend and 3-threaten d4. No! Don't do it! Really wanted to play d4. Now I attack here and here. Oh, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, Mr. I Am Warlord X. Oh, baby. We attack here and here. If h3. Okay, bishop g4 could be a winning line. It could be a winning line. White actually needs to find so many only moves. After there's this wild line, they need to play d4 counterattacking the queen in a wild line. But you can't take with the pawn because you lose the king. So, but I'll just play bishop f4. This is another good move. I beat Sergei Zhigulko in this exact position, actually pretty quickly. The trick here is pretty simple. I want to go bishop g4. If you take with a queen, you lose the queen. If you take with a pawn, you lose the king. And bishop g4, then you go here. Now I play rook d8, then attack the queen again. Then I chase it to her to c2, and then with her detethered from the h3 defense, once she's on c2, then I'll take on h3. So e5, good move. Good move, honestly. I don't want to take it because then d4 hits me here. Rook is now defending that said bishop. And I also don't really want to move the knight. So we play bishop g4. And I think we just play rook d8. This might be exactly my game against Zhigulko. D8. It's a good move. If this pawn were on d4, the queen is fine. But yeah, I chased her to c2. If this pawn were on d4, then she's sheltered. She could stay on d3, defending h3. But now I think I take this. I think this was... Yeah, I take it. d4. This might have been my exact game. It's an interesting position right now. If I go bishop f5, trying to checkmate you here, bishop f5, then he takes. If I go check first, then my queen is hanging. So the key would be to take here. This is literally, I've played this exact game before when I beat the best Lee chess player in the world. I played this exact game. This is literally, I have played this exact chess game before. This is such deja vu. King f3, queen g4 is mate now. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Walrus gambit to the Bush gas gambit. Walrus gambit to the Bush gas gambit. Checkmate. Wait, side-by-side comparison. Side-by-side, I want to compare that game to the Zhigalko game to the Mittens game. Okay? This is going to be eerie. This is going to be eerie. This is going to be eerie. This guy's played 158,000 games. 2 games with me. Bullet game he won, and then this epic game that he didn't win. Oh my god, I changed my Lee chess settings, didn't I? 1 second. There we go. Okay, then I also want, when I beat Mittens, this epic game, by the way, like one of the greatest games in the history of chess. I think I might be like one of the only people to beat Mittens, like that Chesscom bot without cheating. And it was an unreal series of brilliancies. Okay, let me show this game first. Let me show this Mittens game first. Actually, let me show it last, because this was like, what? This was like, what? Okay, here and here, right? So this game, I want you guys to see it. Okay, whatever. You can see this. So, this was my game against Sergei Zhigalko. Literally, like, the king of Lee chess. This man is always, like, has, like, the best Lee chess rating in the world. Grandmaster, etc. Like, what more can you say about him? Absolute legend. Okay, Bush gas gambit, right? Bush gas gambit. E4, E5, knight f3, bishop c5, takes my pawn, right? Knight c6, mainline the Bush gas, d6, and now the most challenging move, the top engine move, which is c3, right? c3, trying to prepare d4 here. I play queen h4, targeting f2 and e4. This is exactly what happened in both games. Queen e2 loses immediately to bishop g4. Queen's got to move, and then I take here, right? Can't play f3 here. And you know, if you so this is your first attempt of many to play d4 is already in this position when the knight's controlling. Okay, takes DC. You can't play d4. I control c3. Your first attempt to play d4. Okay, what if you do it? Well, I take this pawn with check, and then you're not better at all, right? So he doesn't want to do it. Queen f3. Now queen h6. So queen h4, queen h6 drags the queen to f3. No defense of the bishop on c1. And now, so if you play d4, okay, now I take it and win, right? So what do you do here? Well, most people are playing bishop c4, and I also have actually a very good record in this position. Let's see. Me. Bro. 6-0. He's 6-0, chat. He's 6-0 in this position on Lee chess. So, and I've played some good people. I've played some good people, including my opponent right now. Okay, so this is literally the same game, and he castles, right? So it looks like white finally gets everything they want. They castle, they're up a pawn, they're defending this bishop. Now d4 is coming for real with a hit on the queen, with taking the whole middle, and with hitting this bishop. Right? What could possibly be better for white here? But the point is, I redirect. Okay, I'm done with this diagonal. Actually, I'm done. Right? F2 looks pretty well defended. Look what else is new now. H2. H2 is new, and so H3. And now there's 2 lines. So this is exactly my game, by the way. This is exactly my game, right? So my opponent actually started with knight f3, and I played a walrus gambit. So they took it, knight c6, they take c6, d6. This is just a fun position because my opponent's is just totally a blank slate here, right? Like whatever they do, like let's say they played g3, I would just go with like here, and like here, and like h5, here, and like I'll checkmate you that way. I don't know. However you develop, I'll find a different way to checkmate you, right? So I don't know, just fun, just messing around. Don't mess with the walrus though. So, but he plays e4, right? And so I have my choice to transpose to a Stafford gambit, or even better, Bush gas game, bishop c5. So now it looks just like the Zhigalko game. So my pawn plays c3, page 4, back to all this, queen f3, they defend, page 6, come back, pin the pawn, bishop c4, attacks f7, oh no, knight f6, castles, and bishop d6. Okay, so this was also in the Mittens game, and I think the Mittens played g3, and I'll show you that game in a moment. This is so awesome. This is like the coolest line in chess. This is the coolest line in chess. This is the coolest line in chess because this is what makes the Bush Gas Gambit work. This is like they're playing all the Stockfish moves. I'll show you like the even better thing at the end of this, but that white can do. But they're playing all the Stockfish moves, and all the best players do this. GMs, IMs, mittens. Everyone's doing this, but I win every time with the Bush Gas Gambit because it's just so awesome. So bishop d6, I'm hitting h2, right? So if you play h3, now there's two moves. There's bishop f4, which is what I played in both those games, right? I played bishop f4 in this game you just saw, and against Chesscom. Okay, but there's also another move here, which is bishop g4, which absolutely warrants discussing. Here's the thing, right? If you take with the queen, then you lose it. If you take the pawn, then you lose it worse. So both those are not options. If queen e3, well then I'll chase you. If queen d3, then I'll chase you, and that's exactly what happened in the game here. Something similar to this. I mean, it got a little crazier because the pawn was already on e5. But then I took h3, and now here I just crashed through, and I get you, right, with your queen off of h3. So that's your problem. However, there's a crazy line here that white can try. So they can try your d4, counterattacking the queen. Now, this gets it really interesting, because if I just play queen h5, which looks fine, because I retain the queen h2 point, I'm still hitting the queen, but they have now queen d3 with shelter from this rook, the pawn being shelter from the rook. And so now their queen's able to kind of chill on d3, bishop e2 is not an option because of their bishop, and defend h3. So they're actually okay for the time being, even if they don't, well, their threat is e5, But they're able to chill on d3, shielded to hold this for a second, and now threaten e5, and so they're fine here. So d4 counterattacks the queen, okay, what do we do? Well, we gotta go into this whole wild line. And then I'll get back to the game about bishop f4, which launches more wild lines. But bishop g4 here, including what white should have done. Bishop g4 here. Okay, so d4 counterattacks the queen. So I need to take it, and then they need to take it. All right, so we trade queens. Both our bishops are hanging. So what I need to do, well, if I just take, then I'll just be down a pawn after they recapture, right? So bishop e4. Now, I'm actually even better if they're just like, okay, now save the bishop. And now we're in an endgame of equal pawns. I got my pawn back, weirdly. But they can try for an advantage. They can try to take this pawn. Okay, the roller coaster is going to keep continuing. This is going to be wild. This is going to be a wild ride. Buckle up for this line. So they take this pawn. Now I play rook g8, hitting this bishop, okay? So now, if you move the bishop, such as taking this knight, well, get ready for these guys pointing right at your king. You thought the craziness was gone just because we traded queens? No. Takes, here, check. It's double check. So you can't play f3 because you're in check twice, and now the rook comes around to h1, checkmate. So, in this position, after rook g8, what do you need to do? Well, you need to continue the craziness by launching a counter-attack on my bishop. So if I take the knight, now you can take this knight, and you're fine. So, what do I do here? Well, now I need to take it, now you take it, now I take it, and now we're equal on pawns again, but you have another way to get your pawn back, which is actually rook e1 before I castle, f5, bishop e6, and now, like, I need to move the knight somewhere because you're about to take f5, but you're still able to take f5 because it's check. And so here you are, like, I have a little bit of compensation for the pawn. That's the end of the story, actually. I've never gotten this in a game. Nobody's ever found all these moves on move 18 of the Bush Gas Gambit. Never happened. Nobody's found it all. But that's the engine line. So, okay. I didn't play bishop g4 because I actually thought my opponent might find this move, d4, and all those moves. In the game, I played bishop f4, which is another option. I have this other option. I have two options in this position. I'm still so well in book in a line that nobody in the world knows. Sergei Shigulko has played, you see, 160,000 games of chess. I just looked, on Lee Chess alone, and has studied hundreds of thousands of more, and was already out of theory on move 2 when I played bishop c5. So it hasn't seen this at all. And it's also with Thornton Mittens, right? It pays to thwart people. It pays to thwart them. That's the gambit chat way. Okay, bishop f4. Bishop f4. Why do we do it? Well, we stop d4 again. If we were to look at what's happened in this position, this whole game has been a tale of white desperately trying to play d4. Okay? It's actually really funny, right? Here, I mean, well, it actually came the other way. It came the other way, right? But it could have come from e4, e5, knight f3, bishop c5. Okay, they took the pawn. Already, d4 is going to be their next move, right? So no, it's not. They take it, dc6, no, right? So that's literally the position we have here. e4, bishop c5. So they're like, okay, c3. If I could just play d4, then I block the bishop, take the whole center, and then I have a pawn. I'm like, no. Queen h4, attacking e4 with check. So you got to defend it. Finally, d4 coming. No, I'm heading here. bishop c4, and now a castle. Now d4's coming with a lot more pressure. No, I'm threatening h2. Now, please, 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 please. Now, I'm playing bishop f4. So I hit it again, and now white needs to solve a really serious problem, which is, like, let's say they play something like an a3, which is a very logical move. It's a very logical move to probably lose the game really quickly, because now you defend d4 as c1 as many times as possible. Now you're really threatening to play d4, but bishop g4 just kills you, because here queen h2 is mate, and queen d3, now I chase the queen away and checkmate you with this sacrifice. So what can you do? Whatever can you do? Well, my opponent and Mr. Zhgalko actually came up with the same idea. They both played e5. I had one opponent, by the way, play knight a3. My opponent was 21-11, and they lost the game very quickly. Bishop g4, and they had to give their queen here. They already gave their queen here, right? Because here, and then I'm gonna take h3. So, and I won the game pretty easily. Both Zhgalko and my opponent played e5. Let's talk about what maybe White's best option in a moment, because Mittens played even better. But they both played e5. Look how interesting that is. Bishop f4, e5. Okay, and I remembered this. And so I am not going to move my knight because I need my knight there to support bishop g4. So if queen takes, I need the knight there. If pawn takes, well, that's why I have checkmate here. So I'm hitting the queen, right? And I remember White actually has this option to give their queen, but you know they're losing too much here. They can only take one of the pieces, and then I'll take back, and then I'll only have two pieces for the queen. So queen d3 played, I think, in both games. Bishop g4 here I played. They played queen d3. I played rook d8. They both played queen c2, and I took on h3. That's exactly this. That's exactly this. They had to play queen d3. They have no other squares for the queen. Rook d8. I chase it from h3, and now I take on h3. And now I'm trying to crash through here, right? So if you take here, then I take here, and I'm just going to mate you right there on h2. If you take the knight, well, now I can move this bishop anywhere. Say f5, attacking your queen, and threatening mate. Threatening mate, right? That knight is actually going to come very, very in handy. So, but both opponents realized this and played this very confusing move here, d4. They both played this very confusing move here, d4. And now it's actually really hard to find the win for black. It's really hard to find the win. What if g3 after white bishop move? Oh, like here, g3? Here, g3 is possible. I think, like, I can just clean up stuff. I'm not really down in anything. Like, I can just take this and come in. It's a good question. Knight g4 is another option. Queen h5, queen f3. What's the best option here? Yeah, I would just take. Yeah, just take it. It's a good way to not get mated though immediately on h2. But the white really doesn't have an option here. d4 looks like a really confusing one because bishop f5, like or any bishop move, which looks like my best option, right? Any bishop move to play queen h2. But now they can take this, and now they're counterattacking my queen, so I can't take theirs, right? And if they take here, well, now I don't have the mate threat. I don't have the support of that bishop. And I can't start with bishop h2. Well, actually, they can just take it because they're hitting this. So it's actually not obvious to find a way out of this, because if they trade off for this bishop, then I'm in trouble. And if I don't checkmate them here, I'm actually definitely in trouble because my knight's hanging, and then I'll have problems on my king, etc., etc. So, you know, this mess of pieces, a lot of them hanging, need to find a way to get this king and get it now. And there's actually really only one way to do it. It's making sure that this bishop move, they can't take on f4. And the way to solve that problem is to take on g2. It is to take on g2 because I not only threaten queen h2, but I threaten queen h1. That's exactly what happened in both games here. Bishop takes g2. My opponent both played king takes g2. I think they both played king takes g2, right? Just stopping queen h1, but now I give check. My I am opponent here just played king f3 and wandered right into queen g4, checkmate. Shout out to this knight. Beautiful checkmate pattern here of these pieces controlling all the necessary squares. In this game, I played queen g5, and Zhgalko actually immediately... I think that did happen. Oh no, he immediately resigns here after queen g5, because the problem is that after queen g5, right, you play king h3, king h1, doesn't matter. I'm going to check my way in all the way zig-zag into h2. Because you could never step to f3 because of queen g4 mate. So that is the winning pattern there to take on g2. What better thing could white have done? Well, to that, we have to check out the game against Mittens. We have to check out the game against Mittens right here to figure out what white should have done. Okay, Mittens, in case you forgot, was the absolute menace of the internet. The absolute menace of the internet. Beat everybody. She beat everybody. Nobody could beat her, and she would write these like taunting things in the chat, like, here, Mittens, Chesscom. And she'd be like really like demonic and evil, like with an elo of 1. But the thing is, she'd mess with you. She'd play with her food, right? She was like she was an absolute cat out of hell, kitty out of hell, because she would play to your strength to make the game competitive, and only then to crush you later. So everybody, like, no matter what your elo was, it looked like you were close, but you could never beat her. Until she faced the Bushgas Gambit. Is this all theory? It's theory if you're a Gambit chat. It's theory if you subscribe to my channel and you've seen this before. Otherwise, I just made it up. I make it up. I make it up and play it against everyone. It's theory to me, it's not theory to my opponents. So she took the pawn, ac6, traded here, dc6, right? Okay, c3, or else you fall victim to all the fun Stafford stuff, right? Queen h4, knight coming out, here. f5 is another fun move here to make that trade and then open up more lines. So c3 is the most challenging line to play d4 right away. Okay, queen h4, queen f3, best move here, right? I'll show you guys a really fun queen trap, actually. I don't know, I'm just having fun showing stuff. So queen e2 is another option. But bishop g4, now any queen move is checkmate. You don't have f3 because you're pinned. So g3, only way to extend the game. Queen h5, queen c4, only spot for your queen, really. Now here's a sick queen trap. b5, defending here. Queen b3, and we could actually trap the rook here like this. But we have the sickest queen trap of all time. See if you can find it. The sickest queen trap of all time. What do we got? What do we got, chat? Yeah, it's bishop d1. It's bishop d1. What? What? Absurd. The thing is, c3 is always such a dumb move if you never get to play d4, right? It looks so stupid. Like, it's like, oh, you played c3. If you blocked all your queenside development, you get no queenside development. It makes sense if you're supporting d4 and then developing around that, right? But if you never get to play d4, look how dumb this looks. And I trapped the queen. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What a great way to win the queen. Bishop d1 is such a crazy move. Okay, anyway, but you should play queen f3 for that reason, right? So, okay, now you have queen g3 in this position. All right, so queen h6, that's the point. Queen h4, drag her out. Queen h6, so nobody defends here. Okay, bishop c4, we've seen this already. Castles, bishop d6, h3, bishop f4, and here Mittens plays a good move. Rook e1. Rook e1. So, unlike knight a3 or e5 that we've been talking about, rook e1 is a very good move because it's objectively a very good move because I don't have bishop g4 because you just created the f1 square for yourself. That's the point. That's the point, and the king will survive here. He will run away. So it stops bishop g4. Okay, so what did I do in this game? By the way, I have this framed. My friends, for my birthday, shortly after I beat Mittens, gave me this game. It's the notation there, Gamma Man YouTube challenge, and the artwork of said game. That will go down in history. So, okay, rook e1, I had to play here g5. G5, right? So I want to put a pawn on g4 now, right? Okay, why not? Go at it. G5, g4. All right. I'll link that YouTube video. I mean, I literally just found this game from that YouTube video. But g5, he plays g3. She plays g3 rather, right? So if you play knight a3 or d4 here, you're in trouble because I'll take it and g4 will come. Or like knight a3, for example, better demonstrates this point g4. And now I tore it open not with the bishop, but with the pawn, and then the bishop will follow in queen h2, and this is kind of deadly actually. If my bishop controls e2, then I'll checkmate you right there. So g5, g4 is very strong. Finds a good defense here, which is g3, I guess. And I'm just like, okay, I'm not moving that bishop, right? Wants me to move the bishop, but anywhere I move it, I mean, here e5 is a huge problem, right? Looks like my bishop's trapped, actually. Looks like my bishop's trapped. I could go for queen h3, but queen h3 allows, I think, this really nice move, queen g2, after which white should be generally defending it. Now, anywhere I move my queen, I'll lose the bishop. e5 is also an option here. I've got a lot hanging. And it's hard to dodge the queen trade. So I didn't want to trade queens, and so I developed directly with bishop takes h3, offering this bishop. But it's a hard one to take because now it takes here, and now I control that square. So where are you running to? Rook g8 check forces you onto the h line, and there's just nowhere to go. G and h lines, I'll checkmate you. So bishop takes h3, dodging the queen trade, and leaving the bishop here with impunity. So Mins plays bishop f1 to try to clear that without opening up the g line, which is a pretty logical move. And I back up bishop g4. Apparently, I mean, the engine's not liking this, but I don't know if the engine knows anything here. I don't know if the engine knows anything. Engine's top move was bishop e6, whatever. We're just not going to look at it. I mean, this is better. Mittens was better than the engine, right? I think. Bishop g4. So, okay. I said no to that trade. Backing up with tempo, bishop g4, forcing the queen kind of to an awkward square on g2. And now I step up queen h5. Again, it's a hard bishop to take. It's a hard bishop to take because now I take f4, right? You don't have f3 and a way to run away at all. And here comes bishop f3, rook g8 in some order, and there's just nowhere to run, right? So for example, here, and white just has absolutely nowhere to run. Queen h5, putting bishop f3 and things like that on the table, pretty annoying resource. So again, hard to play here if you're white, hard to find moves. e5, interesting one. I had to move my knight, knight d5, and now he took. Right? And there's some sense to that move order, right? They want to make sure rook g8 is not really defended. Right, so now if I put my rook on g8 and then move the bishop somewhere, that rook will hang. My knight will not be able to guard g8. Okay, hold that thought. Hold that thought that g8 is not defended. All right, this is about to get spicy. So I take back on f4. Down a lot of material, but look at their pieces, right? Their pieces are not in great spots. How do you defend this? d3. Looks logical. I don't really know what to recommend. Apparently that was not the move. I'm not looking at an engine right now. I don't know what was a better move. If you can get some pieces over in time, sure, maybe knight d2, f3, run away or something like that. Sure, maybe. Or knight d2, knight e4, knight f6, right? Some sort of counterattack. Okay, rook g8, I'm happy to do it. Even if my bishop doesn't have a clear spot to go to right now, right? Because this is hanging. e5, chase my knight away from the defense. So rook g8, I'm ready to attack, c4, trying to chase that knight away. Right, so c4, if the knight moves, then the bishop can come to g3, and then maybe that is a way to patch up. But I have a crazy way to win the game here. This is just objectively a phenomenal game. This is just an objectively phenomenal game. Long castle, interesting. I think if they take, yeah, bishop f3, and then you defend here, I have an even better move. The move here is just bishop f3. Just bishop f3. He sacrifices the rook. And now just steps up king e7. What? Outrageous. Giving both rooks for queen h1 checkmate. No, you did not just do it to him, William. Queen under attack. Queen h1 under attack. What can you do? You gotta go back queen g2. Do I take the queen? No! Rook g8, another brilliant! Sacrificing the rook again. He's down a rook and a piece, but he is completely winning anywhere the queen goes. Queen h1 is mate. So what can you do here? What can you do? Well, if you take this, I'll just take here and queen g4, among other things, and checkmate you. Oh my goodness. Probably like this is actually the most convincing way to end the game right away. In the game here, so knight d2, defended f3 a little bit here, extended the game, but only a little bit, was just throwing pieces at me desperately as I cleaned up and checkmaited and slayed the mighty demonic kitty known as Mittens with this line of the Ultra Bush Gas Gambit. Oh my god, guys. Play this line. Took them all down. Subscribe. Boom. Took them all down. I gotta show you more. I want to show you guys more stuff. Okay. Guys, why have I won all my recent games? There were some games I wanted to share with you guys. Which were my games? Which were my games? I don't remember. Wait, give me 1 second. No.
1.
My opponent played A3. Yeah, I don't think so. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Let's make the edge. Let's make the edge. This was a Bushcast Gambit. Ah, this is a Rosen position. This is a Rosen line, because it transposed to a Stafford when I played Knight f6 anyway. It's a Rosen line here. Queen e5, trying to come around. I got this from a Rosen video, and takes f2 here. Very nice. Very, very nice. King f2 with check, rook f2, then we can come around in there without rook h1 bothering us. So, okay, but this wasn't even the game I wanted to show or share with you. I actually defended like hell here. I don't know, crushed him somehow. Is this the game I wanted to show? No, this was a Goring gambit though. Oh! GM gets slaughtered quickly. Alphabet Gambit. Oh, I did want to share this with you. Yes. 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 Yes, 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 yes. Okay. First, let's run the game review. How do I run the game review? I don't get this interface. Review. Okay. This has a sick brilliant. Alright, chat. Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this? How do we crush the English? How do we crush the English? What do we do? English so solid. So solid, so lame. They go here, they go here, they go here, they go here. What do we do? Okay, we play a6. We play a6. And so they're like, okay, a6, what a dumb move. My next move was an ac3 anyway, and it stops your one idea. No! It makes my one idea cooler, because now I go b5, and now if you don't take my pawn, well, your knight is about to go for, what's the opposite of a joy ride? A misery ride? Around the board as I hit it, all over. So, trying to take it, well, you gotta take that pawn. Gambit accepted, alphabet gambit, A, B, C. Next is D. Next is D. D4 is what they usually do. If the knight comes back, well, then the knight gets kicked even more. Actually. So really, really fun line. Okay, d4, they gotta make some sort of claim in the middle. c6, e5. We go to E. A, B, C, D, E. We'll gambit them all. e5. If they don't take this pawn, then let us go to e4. Well, now we actually have the world's most beautiful structure. And we can attack on all aspects of the board, pretty much. Bishop d6, rook g5, knight f6, boom, 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 h5. Awesome, awesome, fun stuff here. My opponent took the pawn, main line. d4, knight e4, doing main stuff here. I'm down 2 pawns, but I got check. And here they actually played the best move. They played the best move, knight d2, right? So I cover this on my channel, and I'm showing this because this is actually my opponent playing the best line. They're playing the absolute stockfish line. I have a very good record in this position, and it's mostly because people are just going bishop d2 here. Bishop d2, but now after takes e5, they are in serious hot water, particularly with this knight here after knight g3. We can do things like h5, h4, and really bother that knight. And I mean, the other thing is like, how do you develop? How are you ever getting this bishop out, for example? How are you ever getting this bishop out? Well, okay, let's say I just put bishop c5 here and queen 7. How does it ever get out? You don't want to play e3, and you're not getting it out through g3 either. So like, well, what are you doing? Now that king's just going to be in the middle, and I have all day to bring out my pieces however I like to go get you. So this is a really, really fun option. Knight d2 is what you should play, because that way when if I take on e5 here, I don't have a threat on the knight, and knight f3 here, and maybe you can escape here with your precious, precious extra pawn. Okay, so what do you do against knight d2? What do you do against knight d2? Well, I give this in a video, but I don't think I've ever had this in a real game. I don't think I've ever had this in a real game. My idea is knight h6. Okay, you develop knight f3, I go knight f5, I defend that pawn, you go g3, right? That's the only way to get out. Bishop g2 castles, you'll finally escape the middle. You'll finally escape the middle. What can I possibly do to stop you? What can I possibly do to stop? Oh. Knight e3. Knight e3. Knight e3 can stop you? First of all, fork. Okay, you gotta take it. Okay, I'm down a piece, right? I'm down a piece. Whatever, you'll give the piece back, right? Wrong, I take one with check, and now I take another, and now I'm up a piece? I'm up material now? What? What an outrageous sacrifice. That keeps the king in the middle. And so I think the line I gave on my channel here was king f1, right? Okay, stay off the dark squares, and so now you're up a pawn or something. White is up 2 pawns, but it's really weird. It's really weird, right? It's really weird. But they played all the stockfish moves, I think. Okay, my opponent played actually something kind of challenging here, which is a3. So I want to maintain this. But if b4 comes, like if I just ignore this completely, oh, I did ignore it completely, and it was correct, because if b4 comes, well, then I'll take it. I'll just take it. And now if you take here, well, then I'll take the knight, and then I'll take the rook with extra juicy firepower there. So it plays rook b1 to really charge up b4 to break this. And okay, now I gotta take it because b4 is coming. There's takes d2 and queen a7. Right? So I get out of the way of all this stuff. You spend a couple moves doing that. Look, my last 3 pawns are the ones protecting my king. We're good. We're golden. Our king's good. That's all I needed. That's all I needed. The rest of them I sacrificed. Now I brought the queen back to a7, and look, her and Mr. Bishop are gonna be stopping castling. You're not blocking that diagonal, and I'm trying to invade and do stuff. So I'm sure it's not great according to the engine. Yeah, the engine gives plus 1.35 because white has 2 extra pawns, but long term it's tough to play because your king and rook didn't trade places. Your king's gonna be there. Your king's gonna be there. Let's get to work. My king's here, right? Okay, queen c2, I just go rook d8. Okay, I'm not playing perfectly. I think we both missed this move, knight g5, which actually, yeah, my king's not perfect. G6, knight e4. Hits the bishop, and I actually have now some issues around my king. But we both missed knight g5. They played rook f1, which is a pretty logical move. Like, the f-file looks good, stops bishop f2. And at this point, I saw knight g5, because knight g5 would have attacked f7 and h7. And so I played h6. We did it. We did it, Reddit. We did it. So rook d8 was just kind of a whatever move. Should have played h6 last turn. All's well that ends well. Okay, knight h4. Their opponent's, like, trying to do stuff. They're trying to come after my king. Okay, what about yours? What about yours? Okay, let's develop knight a6, whatever, not a good move. I don't know, what should I have done? So something that wasn't that. Bishop e6 first, better development. Okay. Knight a6, I think, yeah, it doesn't like that I'm giving another pawn. It doesn't like that I gave another one. All right, yeah, I mean, the knight's not doing a lot here. Well, let's be real, probably should have developed this first. Okay, bishop e4. Opponent's getting a little testy, right? They're like, oh, they're gonna come get me. They're gonna come get me. Well, bishop e4 actually gave my bishop a better square to develop than e6. h3. Let me hit that rook. Rook f3, and now, here's the move. Here's the move. Pause the video. Pause the video, baby. Pause the video. What do we got? Okay. Bishop is blocking the queen. The queen has a great new square now that the rook moved. Queen has a great new square. What's that square? It's right there. It's right there. Looks a lot like checkmate. Looks a lot like checkmate to me. Rook f1, I take it. So the bishop just needs to get out the way. Anywhere. Anywhere. Well, you don't want to go somewhere dumb. Don't go somewhere dumb. Because then just bishop e3, right? And then the zinging. Actually, that wasn't as dumb as I thought it would be. But anyway, right? If you just go somewhere, then they can just defend it. Go somewhere really cool. Go somewhere really, really cool. Where's the coolest spot you could go to with absolute impunity? Absolute impunity. Bang. Bang. Queen G1 coming next. Take it here. My rook on D8 that I developed controls that escape square, and that will be checkmate. Bishop B4, my opponent just threw in a spite check. King over. Got nothing here. Got nothing. Queen G1 coming. Pressure on D2. Winning the queen and more. Resigns. Resigns. Take that English player. Take that English player. Buddy, you're from India. How are you going to be playing the English? That's not it. That's not it. Long live the Alphabet Gambit. Subscribe. Watch the full video on the full repertoire for the Alphabet Gambit. Okay, other thing I want to share with you. 12 moves. 12 moves this game was over against the GM. You know why? Because the GM played the Caro-Kann and played right into the Von Hennig Gambit. The Von Hennig Gambit. E4, C6, D here, and D4. Get normal Caro-Kann stuff. They've seen this a trillion times, right? Where I take back, and then they can go knight d7 and knight f6, or bishop f5, or knight f6 directly, whatever. Lots of theory. No thanks. Bishop c4. You can keep your pawn. You can keep your pawn. I wanted this diagonal to point at your king. So you defend it. F3. Trade. Bishop f5. Good idea. So that you can now go here without getting torched on this diagonal. But your problem is that I pressure. Now, my opponent actually plays a move I didn't see before. Cash at me 1 million, please. Okay, say less. I was actually going to send you 2 million. Are you sure I should only send 1? Right below. You just lost yourself $1 million. I was going to send you 2. Knight g5. Plays bishop g4 instead of bishop g6. Interesting, right? Because if they just play bishop g6, looking to do this, then I would take it. And we go to this well. But bishop g4 is actually a new move to me. I hadn't seen it before. And gotta be careful how you deal with the queen. Because if you go somewhere dumb, then queen takes d4, check, and you can lose. Right? So be careful. So I play queen d3. Sidestepping the hit here, and I'm still looking at some fun stuff. Right? So for example, if like bishop e7 in this position, I think I've got some fun stuff. I was thinking about like I gotta do it in the right order. Maybe takes, h3, and queen here? No, it doesn't work. Let's check. Unless, I'm sure, okay, I'll turn on the engine for a second. What do we got? Take, it is this. It's like an a4. Okay, it's something similar to the game anyway. My opponent played bishop g6, which is actually very similar to bishop e7, right? Looks like they're fine. Okay, they're gonna castle, they're gonna be safe, right? If the bishop can get back to g6 and just cover things around their king and castle, they're fine. It's covering against the e6 sacrifice right now, which is good for them. So I play knight c4. I need more resources. I need more. So now I'm also hitting some dark squares in addition to all the light square pressure, right? And if you just castle here, well, now I take it and checkmate you on h7. So pressure here, pretty overwhelming. If you move this, well, now I take f7, hitting here, and among other things, I'll get this knight back, and I've crashed through plenty. So knight c4, lots of pressure. Bishop h5 as a way to reinforce defenses around here. But as soon as I see bishop h5, I'm like, okay, definitely I'm taking here, right? So now if you take back here, I take here, and then this I'll figure out. I take d6 and g7 in some order here, or like, you know, I've really got my choice of whatever I want to take in this position. My knights are just like having an absolute free-for-all here, taking all the things. So really crashed through around the king. So after bishop e6, it's pretty understandable with all the pressure here and black already losing why you just want to try to castle out of it. But you didn't get your bishop to g6 in time. And now, remember that I can just take this knight and with queen takes h7, checkmate next move anyway. Castles isn't why they lost. But yeah, I mean, this position's already plus 3.6 on move 11. Against a Caro player who's probably played a billion Caro-Kanns in their life, never faced a Von Hennig Gambit, got checkmated in 12 moves of this game. The Von Hennig Gambit is just too good. It's just too good. It is just too good, chat. Okay. Thank you guys so much. How are we doing, by the way? Send 2 then? To what? Wait, hang on. Least valuable currency in the world. The Lebanese pound and the Iranian rial? Hang on. What is the absolute weakest? It is the Lebanese pound. Alright. So, 1 million VP to USD. That's $11. That's $11. 1 million Lebanese pounds. Not what I would have guessed. Alright, one sec. Let me refill my water. I've been talking a lot. Alright, chat. I'm actually probably going to sign off for today. But I'll be back tomorrow. Subscribe, follow. Love you all. Appreciate you guys. Get notified when I go live next. I'll be playing you guys. I'll be playing you guys. You guys are the real heroes.